Breaking. Hidden clause in one big beautiful bill could let Trump ignore courts. Here's what it means for you. Memo democracy alert. This legal loophole could change everything. Memo power versus accountability. Why every American should care. The bombshell discovery. Tucked away in the 1,200-page One Big Beautiful Bill. Legislation currently speeding through Congress lies a dangerous provision that could fundamentally alter the balance of power in America. Section 70302, added at the last minute with no public debate, would strip federal courts of their ability to enforce rulings against the president. Legal experts are sounding the alarm that this could effectively allow President Trump or any future president to ignore court orders without consequence. Some constitutional scholars are calling it the most dangerous legislative proposal in modern history. How it works. The fine print that changes everything. The clause states, no court of the United States may use appropriated funds to enforce a contempt citation for failure to comply with an injunction or temporary restraining order if no security was given when an injunction or order was issued pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 65C. In plain English, here's what that means. Normally, if a court rules against the government and issues an order, like stopping deportations or protecting benefits, they can hold officials in contempt if they disobey. This new rule says courts can't enforce those contempt citations unless the plaintiff first posted a bond, security payment, which often costs thousands of dollars most people don't have. Result? Even if you win your case against the government, they could simply ignore the ruling if you couldn't afford the upfront bond. Real-world consequences. This isn't theoretical. We're already seeing previews of how this would play out. In recent months, Trump's administration has ignored multiple court orders regarding immigration cases. Judges have warned they may hold officials in contempt. But this new rule would make those threats meaningless. Cases involving veterans' benefits, Social Security appeals, and civil rights violations could all be impacted. The bigger picture, checks and balances in crisis. Our system relies on three equal branches of government keeping each other in check. This provision would heavy checkmark let the executive branch override judicial decisions. Heavy checkmark remove consequences for violating court orders. Heavy checkmark create a dangerous precedent for future presidents. Legal scholar Lawrence Tribe warns, this isn't just about Trump. It's about whether any president will have to follow the law going forward. What you can do right now, with the bill already passing the House 215 to 214 and moving to the Senate. Keycap 1, contact your senators. Find yours at senate.gov. Keycap 2, share this information. Most media isn't covering it. Keycap 3, demand transparency about why this was buried in the bill. The bottom line, this isn't about politics. It's about preserving the fundamental principle that no one, not even the president, is above the law. As citizens, we have a brief window to make our voices heard before this becomes reality. Critical update. The hidden threat to American democracy. Memo, your rights could be at risk. Here's why. Memo, this isn't about politics. It's about principles. The bottom line. The One Big Beautiful Bill contains a dangerous provision, Section 70302, that would let the president ignore federal court orders by stripping judges of their enforcement power. This isn't hypothetical. It's actively moving through Congress right now. Why this matters to you. Keycap 1, no more checks on power. Courts couldn't hold officials in contempt for ignoring rulings unless plaintiffs pay expensive bonds, often impossible for regular Americans. Keycap 2, your rights at risk. From Social Security appeals to immigration cases, legal victories could become meaningless if the government chooses to ignore them. Keycap 3, dangerous precedent. Future presidents of any party could exploit this loophole to bypass laws and constitutional limits. Real-world impact. Veterans could lose benefit protections. Wrongful deportations might continue despite court orders. Civil rights cases could be rendered powerless. What you can do today. Heavy checkmark, call your senators. 202-224-3121. Heavy checkmark, share this information. Most media isn't covering it. Heavy checkmark, demand answers about why this was hidden in the bill. This isn't about left versus right. It's about preserving the fundamental American principle that no one is above the law. The bill has already passed the House by one vote 215 to 214, and is now in the Senate. Time is running out to stop this power grab. At Social Security Solutions for unfiltered updates. Speech balloon comment. Should any president be above the law?